So, I'd like to go ahead and start, having you describe and talk a little bit about your musical style, I guess what's known as the MaRLo sound.
Right.
Because you've got a full range.
Yeah, that's right. Well, look, I like a whole diverse amount of music, so I don't try and force myself in the studio to only make the same song over and over and over again. So I make music depending on my mood. So sometimes it's harder and faster and more energetic, and sometimes it's a little bit more pretty. My wife sings on a few of my songs, so they're usually a bit more emotional songs with more lyrical meaning and stuff like that. And sometimes I just make sort of bangers for the festival or something a bit more energetic.
You see, I grew up in the club scene. I want to date myself, but I grew up during the disco era in Miami. But I always said the DJ controls your mood. It's based on how you feel.
Well, I think it goes both ways, which is why I never plan my sets. So how the crowd is responding and what they're vibing on, it sort of helps me decide what musical journey I'm going to take. So I feel like it's a very organic and almost symbiotic relationship that we're building something together. If they're not vibing or responding to something I'm playing, then I'll switch it up, and I call it fishing. So I'm fishing for what they are responding to. And most of the time you can sort of feel, okay, this is the sort of stuff that's working more in this environment, in this feeling, in this moment. So then I'll go down that path.
That's exactly how I think it should be, and I think organic just speaks more about your aesthetic anyway.
Right.
And you just mentioned your wife, and I was going to ask you, I know you've got, Haunted, The Dreamers,
That's right.
with this amazing vocalist who happens to be your wife. How amazing is that?
She's fantastic. She started singing when she was in the church choir, and she does it just for fun. She does it with me in the studio.
Wait, just for fun?
Yeah, she does it just for as a hobby, something she enjoys to do. And she's sung with a lot of different artists. Porter Robinson, she sung with Andrew Riel.
Andrew, we just with him yesterday.
But she's really talented. She's really good, and it's just awesome working with someone you love.
Absolutely, and it's Jano.
Jano, yeah.
Jano,
Jeanette Jano, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Her grandfather used to call her Jano, which is why she used that as her artist name. So I call her Jeanette most of the time, but yeah.
What I love in Haunted is just her vocals really go with the title. So I don't know what came first, the title or her vocal style, because her vocals are very haunting.
That's right, yeah. We started with the vocals on that one, actually. I made the music afterwards. So I just had the piano that's in the breakdown. I just had that, and she sang on top of the piano. And indeed, the piano was a bit eerie, a little bit, pretty, but still sort of moody and atmospheric. And from that, I wanted to bring a little bit more energy into it with the rest of the song.
Oh, and you did. And you did.
Thank you.
So then let me ask you this. From what I've read, you've been more pro singles and not so much album. Now, is that changing a little bit for you? Are you ready to, produce or to create an album?
I would really love to do an album, to be honest. I tour so much, and because Australia's so far away, they're in big blocks, so I've been away almost a month now. It's hard to do enough tracks to fulfill a whole album in a short period of time with the amount I travel, especially because I am so far away. But next year I really want to set a goal to try and make an album, to really sit down and say, okay, try and make 15 tracks or so.
I like how you say you're going to try to make an album. I don't think you're going to have any problems.
Well, I don't want to commit to something that I would like to, but it has to be free-flowing. I don't like, just like with producing music or DJ sets, I don't like putting restrictions on myself.
Yeah.
And if I'm not creatively inspired in that moment, I'm not going to force myself, okay, I need to fulfill 15 tracks now by the album deadline. I'd rather just work away and make music I love, and then suddenly have enough tracks, and hey, here's enough for an album.
And that also plays with what you just said about working organically. Yeah. So it has to come from within.
Exactly.
So do you think you would possibly reach out for collaborations on this album?
Yeah, possibly. Point? Yeah, possibly. I've already worked with some amazing vocalists like Christina Novelli.
Yeah.
But there's plenty more that I'd like to work with as well.
Yeah. Well, my final question for you is, and I'm really curious, what does it feel like those minutes right before you go on stage? And I don't mean just here at TomorrowWorld. I mean you play everywhere. So those minutes, you're up next. What's going through your mind
It sort of changes about 15, 20 minutes before you go on. There's for me a sort of a nervousness, an excitement and nervousness. And then just 5 minutes before I go on stage, everything goes quiet, everything's calm, everything's peaceful, and I don't really want to talk to anyone. And the nerves are gone at that stage, and then, then it starts.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, then I start the set. It's awesome.
Fantastic. Well, MaRLo, thank you so much for speaking with us
Thank you.
today. It's wonderful, wonderful meeting you.
Thanks
I'm
for
glad
having
the
me.
weather's cooperating.
Yeah, me too.
And just have a kick-ass time on stage today.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.